Yeah, so for people who have joined in recently, a very warm good morning to all of you. And I once again welcome you all. And thank you for joining us today on the webinar on mobility solution. Here we'll be talking in detail about how you can reduce your call aging drastically to about 50%. So my name is Rahul Mishra and I shall be presenting and moderating the webinar today. I have with me my colleague Yogita Chhabra from Pre-Sales. Hi Yogita, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
Fine. Good morning, everyone. How about you, Rahul?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, so in this webinar, we'll share our insights on how you can reduce turnaround time, and we'll be talking in detail on customer experience and customer retention, impact of lead times, which is turnaround times on customer satisfaction. We'll talk about factors which affect a lot on call aging. Then we'll have a detailed understanding on the challenges to the field technicians, followed by the solutions, which will certainly give us profitable results. And then Yogita will take us through a mobile walkthrough of the product, which is Savitium CRM from Path Infotech Limited. So before we begin, just a little housekeeping here. All the audience lines will be on mute to avoid any background noises and distractions. We would certainly like to hear about your questions and opinions. Please type into your question box for any question and queries, which is there on the navigator panel. And the session is being recorded, and so we'll be sharing a link once this webinar is over, so that you can actually have a look if you miss on to something. So that means today we'll have a detailed question answer once we are done. So please hold on to your questions till the end of this session. So while we begin this webinar, let's understand the need of the day for most of the brands today. We are living in a customer-centric market where I'm sure you will agree that the shift today is changing from sales to service. You have a limitation to the prices, but offering a world-class service can create wonders to your revenues. And as they say that acquiring a new customer is about 5 to 25 times more expensive than retaining an existing one. It's always better to service your existing customer base. No doubt, to earn revenue, you would require new customer coming in. But then serving your existing customer is also a turnaround for your revenues. So which means if I talk about a recent study here, so 84% of consumers are frustrated when the agent does not have the right information, be it agent, executive, caller. So 84% of dissatisfaction comes only because of lack of information. People do not have real-time access to the information, which actually creates a lag into the customer satisfaction. 73% of the adults aged between 18 to 24 say that valuing my time is the most important thing in providing good customer experience. So especially the young ones, they prefer solving the queries and problem within very set stipulated time. And about 64% of respondents say that customer experience is more important than price in their choice of brands. So it is not only the commercials or the prices of the offering, but also the after effect, the after sales service, which actually matters a lot. And I'm talking about a recent survey. You can go through this link. We can share this link once we are sharing the recording. This data is available there. So let's understand what enhances customer experience before we actually come down to the solution. So the customer awareness campaigns, I think this is the area which every company these days is focusing on to enhance customer experience, be it a new product launch, upgrades, training, how to use product. So all those things, so that a customer should feel engaged all the time, which actually creates a brand loyalty. So this being the first thing which enhances customer experience, followed by continued support. People would always love to get connected in terms of any service need. So they want a continued sort of support from the organization. They should not feel left over. And so capturing real-time customer feedback and sending multiple notifications during multiple events is also the factor which enhances customer experience. Today, as I said there in the previous slide, also people are very concerned about their timely delivery. So faster billing and payment process also enhances customer experience. We also would love to see an easy access to support. Nobody today would love to be in a queue to register any complaint, any queries for that matter. So there has to be one click, one stop solution when it comes to any service need. And the last, which is the prime most here, is effective but timely delivery of services. So effective is one aspect. Timely delivery of services is very crucial when you talk about customer experience ratings. So we can say that reducing that will certainly increase your customer satisfaction. I'll quote here a recent study, a case study here, where a leading provider of network communication products, it achieved 90% of customer satisfaction with the TAT reducing to 3 days for all its product replacement. You understand that the product replacement process is a very tedious in most of the organizations. And it is also a challenge where configuring multiple level of approvals and getting the approvals done actually takes much of a time. So if you actually take care of this product replacement process here, you can actually cut down on that, and which actually can enhance your customer satisfaction. So just imagine reducing from 7 days to 3 days enhances the customer expectation goes up to about 90% here. So that means we can very well say that lesser lead times promote customer satisfaction, which translates to a higher customer retention. For you to generate consistent revenues, you should have a better customer retention. So if I correlate this customer retention with the profits, we can see here increasing customer retentions by 5% increases profit by 25 to 95%, as quoted by WordPress. So there's a direct correlation between that and profit. So which means if you can cut down on that, you can actually earn better incentives, better revenues, better profits. And that's not all. So it is not only the profit which matters. I think any dissatisfied customer, if you have in the ecosystem, it hits massively on social media. Everybody today is connected on social media. So even if you have a single eyesore there, even a single bad remark, it actually hits massively on social media, be it LinkedIn, your Facebook, or YouTube, any other place you can see. This actually deteriorates your brand value. So this also should be kept in mind while servicing the customer. So let's understand what all factors affect the call aging that we call as a TAT, or turnaround time to manage service operations. So while especially in case of field operations, the very first and foremost thing is late allocation or assignment of calls, which actually increases lead time or your turnaround time. When you are dependent more on the paper-based allocation or manual allocation, there are chances of manual errors. So when you are doing late allocation, that's very obvious that you'll be landing up at a higher TAT. So being the first point here, then you have a limitation to visit or call to office to collect details of calls. Your technician, they still rely on calling to the service centers or the supervisors to take the detail of the call. Once they have it, then they can only start their servicing to the customer. So this is one of the limitations which is very dominant in case of paper-based approach. Then you have ad hoc improper route planning by technicians. Just imagine you have just the address of the customers. You do not know what should be the best route to cover up maximum number of customers. There are chances when you would not take a right route to touch base with maximum number of customers. So this is one factor which actually increases the TAT, because if you reach to a customer on a late way, then of course your TAT will go up. Any delays owing to part requests and replacement approvals, as I said, if your replacement process is not speedy, then you will definitely take much time to close a call. Sometimes you're very unclear as to whom to consult, where to go, especially when you have a technical fault. There'll be cases, especially for very technical sort of complaints, then the technician is not aware whom to consult. So there is no platform where they can actually write in to the queries. They can click a picture, upload a problem video. so that they can get any rectification from the HO or the expert. So this platform is essentially needed in most of the cases. And if you have missing that platform, it definitely affect your call aging. Sometimes customers are not communicated properly for the reason of the call hold or pending. Because of any part request or any other reason, if you are delaying the call, you do not communicate to the customer. Even if you are doing it right, if the customer is not told properly, they might not feel the right way. They might feel that this is the fault of the technician and not the process. So which can actually hamper your brand value. And sometimes so absence because of any reason of the assigned technicians. If you do not have control of reassignment to new technicians, it also causes delay. Uh, so as I said, customer satisfaction is also very important, but currently what happens is customer satisfaction is based on once you complete a manually filled job sheet, then only you do an outbound customer satisfaction. So which, since these are related and dependent events, it again takes some more time. So uh, manually filled job sheets actually create more of call aging. So if I talk about all these processes, if we can cut down on some time on all these processes, we can actually save down a huge amount of time in totality. So we say that being able to save even a few minutes per call will add up to a huge amount of time being saved overall. So it is not one process, but in totality, you'll have to look into a broader picture while we are managing our service operations. And so if I talk about some challenges that field technician currently sees, they are very similar to what we have just identified as problem while counting the call aging. So one being your communication barrier, dependability of supervisor to get call detail over the phone, manual tasks. Of course, they are working more on the job sheets manually and making invoices. Sometimes wrong allocation because they are not, so the skills are not mapped into the system. Wrong assignment of call to a technician might increase your call aging. Dealing with unsatisfied customer, very chronic sometimes. When you do not have a record of your irate customers, you land up ending. So you do not equipped properly to deal with the unsatisfied customers. You do not have access to real-time access to the information like warranty, contract, and any other entitlement document. So now, so there are cases when you're still relying on asking from the OEM or the call center about whether the product is under warranty or not, which is again a very tedious job. So unless you have a real-time access, this is actually a challenge to a field technician. Again, the availability of spares, the inventory data is not very transparent. You need to call up the service center or the warehouse or the stock location about any spare which is required on a call, followed by location tracking and image capturing. Supervisors are sometimes very unsure of their technician location because, see, we understand that the technician, they are more into the field operations. So there is a component of distrust sometimes. So this distrust only generates because supervisors they do not know where exactly is my technician. So if you have a location tracking or any evidence image capturing, of course, this will create more of a trust in terms of the processes. So what I'm trying to say here is the challenges between the technicians and of course the colleging are very concurrent. So let's understand how we can actually transform the field service with mobility. So before to it, these are some of the points which are limitation to a paper-oriented approach, like collect details of the call, fill job sheet manually, improper road planning, lag in spare part availability, purchase request, replacement approvals for spares, a very tedious job, visiting office to mark attendance and submit job sheets at the end. So these are limitation to a paper oriented approach. I think I can see some text here. I think people have some problem here in the audio. Please type into your problems if you're facing it. We'll definitely like to solve it. Yeah. Allow me a minute to just quickly look into the problem. Great. So I don't see any revert here in terms of problem. Great. So we'll just continue here. So I was talking about transforming the field service operation with mobile solution. So one was people-oriented approach, where there was certain limitation in terms of collecting call details, going physically to the office for marking attendance, leaves. There is a time lag in terms of spare availability, in terms of getting approvals for replacement. And raising a part request is a very tedious job because you create a challan, you purchase order, and then you send it to the HO or the warehouse. So this is one. So if you are able to deploy a mobile application onto your service operation, these problems are being taken care here. Like you have a real-time view of the call list, use of digital template to fill job sheets. In spite of you manually updating that, simply select the drop down and the form is filled. Real-time update and closure. You know for sure whether the call is open or closed on a real time uh, without any lag. You have a Google assisted optimal route planning. So in spite of you relying on your brains to find the best route, system will automatically tell you the best route, and then selecting the calls you can actually plan your route ahead. So you can have a quick view of available parts and products, be it in your own kit bag or the service center or for that matter warehouse. If the access are given to the technician, he can actually see the availability of parts so that he can very well communicate it to the customer whether I'm going to replace it now or will take 1 day or 7 days. That has to be more, that'll be more precise answer to the timing part. You have a auto PO generation, so simply one click will create a PO to the warehouse, and once you have a inventory back to your service center, you will be notified. And you have a very simple and easy replacement approval if you adopt a mobile app, because if you select on the replacement process, there'll be certain notifications sent to various levels, which once approved gets notified onto your mobile. So this becomes very structured and a very process oriented approach then. And as I said, attendance here, no need to go to office to mark attendance. You punch attendance on the mobile. System creates log of both the timing as well as location. So that limitation also taken care here. So one is so using mobile app, and these are some of the features. I would like to summarize here in four basic parameters, four basic areas here, adopting a mobile app. So while you take a big leap to transform into your service operation, you categorize these four processes. One being your learning part is covered here, where information like instruction manuals are easily available anywhere, anytime. You have your mobile, you can actually download your manuals if you want to learn. The execution part, real-time call closure and update. Access part, you have instant access to entitlement details on warranty, estimation, contracts, etc. And planning part, like I said, I just told you about the customer route planning and travel expense claim with Google Map. So in most of the organization currently also, you see people filling up their travel expenses with their own calculation. So in spite of that, Google will tell you what is the total kilometer driven while you are solving calls, so that you can have a better travel expense claim, which can be done by mobile app. So apart from this, there can be endless possibilities with mobile app feature engagement. So some of them are listed here, which are I would say very important while we suggest for any solution or any technology platform. The first being your instant access. I've been telling you, so you can access all your call list and customer and machine details in just a click of a second. So you click on it, you see the call list, machine details. Under that, you know whether it's a repeat call or a fresh call. So entire history, whether it's an arrayed customer, any sort of remark which were there, whether a VIP call or a normal call. So that way you have an instant access to entire database of the customers. Second being your easy warranty validation, which is very crucial when it comes to giving under warranty rectification. You have an excess of, and you can also edit here all the warranty details. So you can edit in a way that you can click a picture of the proof of purchase, date of purchase, invoices, any other document simply from a mobile, and that is uploaded and becomes a permanent thing there in the database. So next time you want to access that warranty validation process, you can actually do it. You know for sure when was the product bought, whether it is under warranty, or for that matter, if it is under any extended warranty, that can also be seen here. So now no need of asking from the call center whether it is under warranty, out of warranty, or whatever. You can real time see here, and you can tell it to the customer whether it's a chargeable sort of service. So as I said, real-time call closure, you can enable your field engineers to complete all your activities on the app itself. So one is that you tend to access all these information while you have an internet connectivity. But most of the application they also work on offline access, which is very important, especially for remote location technicians where you always have challenges in internet connectivity. So some of the application they also give access to information while you are also offline without having internet connectivity. So all the masters are sometimes downloaded there on app, and you can access all the calls which are downloaded in the morning. Now even if you do not have internet connectivity, since the masters are there, you can use all the drop downs, all the functions. You can do the call closure. That call closure time will be recorded on mobile app, which once synchronized from the system when you have internet connectivity back, it creates that particular log only onto the system. Locating call on map, you can locate customers and plan Google Assisted route. As I said, marking of attendance and leave from the field itself. And as a supervisor, I can also track my team members. You can actually do a spare part request. And very important thing here, which is written here. So one is replacement approval and one is order with a single touch. So no need of tedious sort of purchase order request. Simply select the call, and if you find any spare required, you click on it. Auto PO will be generated, will be sent to the warehouse, and then once it is coming back to the service center, you will be notified. And since you can actually communicate to the customer of the actual time which will take for the rectification to be done. You can also record feedback from the mobile by way of either customer signature and customer rating, or happy code, or it can be dual code. So there can be n number of ways, n number of possibilities when you have a mobile app. If you integrate your mobile app or the platform with any of the payment gateway or POS machine, this can give you an instant access for the payment gateway also. So it can be Paytm or any other payment mode. So as a technician, I can also see my self performance, which is a periodic sort of dashboard. So I can see my daily, weekly, quarterly performance based on various sort of parameters. My KPIs are defined. I can see total turnaround time, total calls rectified, total calls allocated. So all those things I can see. So not only the customer's data, but also my self performance data I can see here. And then very important is my war room. This is a place where I can actually raise all my concern and queries. If I find any problem which I do not have solution to, I can take a picture, I can record video of the machine, and this will be sent for any expert advice to somebody sitting at the HO. Any reward which is coming on war room can be used as a help, as an assistance, and so this reply can be tagged to a call, so that the next time if anybody finds the similar problem, you have a solution. And very important is also an expense management of all the technicians. It can be a fair and accurate expense claim to technicians. So these are some of the features that we have listed down, which should be there in most of the mobile app applications. So while you are adopting it, so this is one. But this is not all, because if you talk about a new product, so I would talk about here a product from Path Infotech, which is Servitium CRM, which we call it as an office in pocket. It has all the features which are actually required by the field technician to complete job operation more effectively and in an optimal way. So I'll just quickly tell you more in detail about Savitium CRM. This is an end-to-end after-sales support platform which takes care of all your customers, your call centers, service centers, engineers. So be it any stakeholders of the service operation, we have mapped and managed here. So your warehouses, your branch location, they can access information on a common platform, so that there's a seamless flow of information across all these stakeholders. this platform can work as a standalone, and or it can also be integrated with any of your ERP, core ERP, which is there in the organization. Be it SAP, we have done it with Oracle, it can be with Navision. And apart from this, we also have done CTA integration for callers, IVR, BI, SMS, email. It can also be website integration. So any sort of integration, this can be done so that the information is flown from both the platform. So this product is about 15 years old. As an organization, we are about 27 years old, but we started our journey with Savitium CRM in 2003, about 15 years back. So we have that maturity, the product maturity is there. And currently we have this platform available both on web as well as mobile app. So we have web application for all your backend, your coordinators, your controllers, and your HO. And then we have application for field service, customer app, and dealer app. So today we'll be focusing more on the field service application, which is a technician app. So we can extend this platform to any of the ready analytics platform, be it your Power BI or ClickView. And we are currently managing about 80,000 tickets daily. So you understand the kind of capabilities we have. We are managing about 15,000 active users every day, and we are leveraging about 10 plus industry leaders. Like we have noted down here, industries in terms of consumer durables, home appliances, mobile laptops, power solutions, sanitary ware, and wellness. So both this kind of service operations we have mapped here. Today we'll be focusing ourselves to the field services, but we also have the entire functionality for walk-in services as well. We also have B2B commercial operations as a process. So talking about field service, this is the mobile application that we have for Savitium CRM that Yogita will be talking in detail. So we'll have a quick product walkthrough from Yogita. So once we are done with this, we can have a question for both the things. One is my product walkthrough as well as the presentation. So over to you, Yogita.
Yeah, thanks, Rahul. So good morning, everyone, once again. So here we are available to put some highlights on mobility features by our product walkthrough, and it will give you a brief idea about the functionality of this technician mobile app. So let's start now. So about this application, I would like to give any idea that this application is available on Android platform and it is easily available in Play Store. So once you have downloaded this application on mobile app, so you have to enter the credentials here, like company code. So we can put the company code here and then mobile number. And after that, I can submit all those details. So once I would submit those details, I would redirect to the complete call list page. So you can see here, we have associated a few information with every call, like customer details, complaint ID, model range, address, city, and warranty status. And in the bottom, with every call, we have associated three options here. So first one is your next call here. So next call is basically work to switch on another call, or you can redirect to the next job over here. So this is the icon available here. Next is your contact section. So here we can see the two options available, like contact name and communication history. So I will talk about here contact name. So I can see the customer mobile number along with the customer detail, or you can say customer name. I can opt any one option here and directly call to customer and can send SMS to him. Next one is a communication history. On the left side, you can see the customer complete details, a name, a mobile number, the purpose, and the response you have captured. And on the right side, you can check call, date and time, and appointment if you have taken with the customer. I mean, see in the communication history, you can find out past interactions whenever you have connected with the customer. So let's switch to the contact detail. So this is the section of contact name. I can choose any of mobile number here and directly click on call icon. So this screen will redirect to the mobile dial pad screen, and once the call would be disconnected, a response page will be open. So here I can see the customer phone number and the name would be auto display here. So I can see the screen over there. I can define purpose of call here. So I have three options available there. I can choose any one, and I can define the response of call as well, whether I have connected or not. And of course, I can specify the alternate number if customer is providing to me, and specify the remarks over there. And in terms of rescheduling the call, I have an option of appointment date and time to be captured. So I can select any date or time provided by the customer and click on add icon. So all these details would be submitted in my calendar. Next section is a SMS. So we can arrange here multiple templates for the ease of the technician. So right now I can see one template here and I can select one and submit those details. So this SMS would be sent to your customer. Next is the appointment. So this is the same response page for rescheduling the call. So there is a two-way. Either you can call to customer and add details, or you can directly select, go to the appointment section. So the same details would be reflected to you. And after that, all those same details, I need to capture response of call, I can add purpose of call, and can add my calendar, and then submit all those details here. Let's switch to the next icon. So that would be a third icon. This is the location icon. So here we have enabled a functionality of Google Map here, and this would help you to enroute it for current calls and as well as other calls as well. So here you can see in the bottom, there is a current location you can find out, other call as well, and action on other call. So these three icons are available here. And on the right side, navigator location is available. So you can click on navigator icon, and which will help you to reach at customer place. So let's back to the call page icon, and in the call list, I can see on the right side, there are three icons available. First one is the refresh icon. So it will help you to refresh the call list. Second one is used to sorting the data. So again, I can see the four options available in front of me. I can opt any one. And then next one is a filter. So on basis of applied filter, I can search my call list here. So let's move to the call management process here and select any call here. So let's say I choose any call. I can see, yeah, this is the call here. So here I can see the customer detail section is available, where I can check customer address, customer type, customer priority here. And then next is your product section. So where I can check product group, product details, and then call section is available. So here is the caller type, supervisor information, customer remarks, call status, pending dates. So all these information I can see on this screen as well. So before initiate the work, I would like to add such key factors here that would be helpful more to reduce the call aging. I hope Rahul has given more detailed information about the call aging, but here are the key parameters that could be helpful to technician as well as while doing activity in a field. So first one is a serial number validation. So here we can validate the serial number through the QR code and barcode scanner. We can remove the manual intervention here. Second one is the warranty validation. So on basis of serial number and date of purchase, we can validate the warranty. And third one, of course, we can capture the evidences with geotag location. And all these three options can lead to a call closure in a real time. So coming back to the point, click on work start icon. So here I can see the complete work detail of customer. So first section is a customer detail. I can see customer type, customer name, his address, and another few information I can see here like area, PIN code, email ID, and of course remarks I can see, and click on next icon. So here I can see the product related information here, and here one more thing is available. I have rights to added all these information here, so I can choose product category, subcategory, and SKU code, of course. So let's say I choose any of SKU code here. So this second one I will opt, and automatically model range will be selected here. And the next section is a serial number, which I was talking about, that we can validate the serial number here by the QR code and the barcode scanner. So this is the option available here. And next section is purchase invoice number and the dealer name. Also, I can specify in this section. And of course, capture a date of purchase as well, if it is not available. So on basis of serial number and date of purchase, I can validate the warranty here. So once I'll move for the verification of warranty, I can see all those details here. Coverage period, coverage status are there. So this is the ANC and warranty details here. And on the right side, we can also capture the images as well for the proof purposes. So it could be a multiple list available here. So these are the documents type, like invoice copy, mail attachment, product image. So any of document you can opt here. So let's say I choose any document here, and it will take me to my gallery. I will select any image here. Let's say I choose any image and then upload it. And then move to the next call. So this is the third section, call details, or you can say complaint details. Again, I can see such a few details like type of call, start type of technician, and of course services I need to define here. So click on arrow icon. So I can see three options here: service without part, with part, and recommended for product replacement. So I'll go with service with part, because I would going to raise a request for the indent. So I need to select the service part option here and click on pending part section. So this is the pending part section here. So once I click on this icon, screen will ask me such a few questions, or you can say such a few details like symptoms. So I'll click on the arrow button and the list would be appear here, and I can select any option from the list. Let's say I choose any of symptom here, and with similar to the symptoms, I can choose defect over there, and of course define the part which I needs to order, and of course pending quantity I can define. And one more section is available, that is chargeable category. So I can also go for the selection whether the part would be covered in a chargeable basis or not. And then there is also option available to capture the image here. So I will click on the image section here, and the same document details would be reflect to me. So in case of pending part, I would prefer to upload the defective part image, or you can say defective product image here. So I'll choose any of option here, and again it will take to me on my gallery, and then I will select any image and upload it. And I will submit all those details. So I have raised a request for an indent. Now I have two options for the action, like pending and close here. So I would select pending region here. So this is the reasons are. So I have choose pending for spare replacement and mark as a pending. So again, data has been submitted. So this was the process to raise the request through the mobile application. Now the process would be the same request would reflect to your store manager or your spare manager there. He would check the orders, provide approval, dispatch the part to the service center level or the technician level directly. Whenever the part would be received at service center, and service center would do GRN in his inventory and allocate the part to the technician there. And whenever the part would be allocated to the technician, engineer would get notification on this mobile application. So he will go to the service center place, collect the part, and go for the again call closure of this call. So right now I can see the complete call list again here. So I will select the same call for the call closure where I have to replace the part or technician needs to move there. So I can see any of call here. So let's say I choose, so this is the call I can select. This is the same call I can see here. So again, I will find the same information, customer model and call details. And I'll click on work detail. I'll select pending and part details. And of course, now I need to remove the part, so replace the part, sorry. So I will click on fault and part section. I need to define against the symptoms and the defect and the repair category as well. And service level, of course, I can define. And at the bottom, I can see I need to define the new part details as well, which I have replaced into the product. So here's the description. So I can select any part there. Also, I can define serial number and quantity as well. And can submit the details. So now I have replaced the part. So I'll move to the call closure of the call. So this is the section here. I will choose close icon, specify my remarks and click on close icon. So it will ask me to put a happy code here. So I need to specify the happy code. We have inbuilt a functionality. So the happy code would be provided by the customer and I will enter it and close the call. So once the call would be closed, we have another section like feedback. So technician needs to capture the customer feedback. So this screen will ask you again the complete customer detail, product detail, and the call details here. So every activity I have performed being a technician in the field, I could see here. And this is the customer section here. So I can choose any of stars here. If I would like to give recommendation that I can choose, I can put my remarks here. And last, I can take signature from the customer side. So this is the section available here. And after that, I can submit all those details. So again, coming back to the point, this is the same call list will appear to me once I'll done the closure here. So we have a couple of features associated with this application. So on the left corner icon, I can click and I can see the multiple features in a single list. I can scroll up or scroll down. So here is a section first, dashboard. You can see, so dashboard is basically for the technician to monitor the self performance here. And next one is your attendance and leave. So before initiate the work, technician needs to mark his attendance and also specify the leave if required. So this is the leave section here. Engineer name would be auto display here. You can define the region, date and time. And one is dummy data. You can see that I have applied a leave for 15. So this is the section here. Next is the call list. So directly from the menu, you can go to the call list page. So again, you can find the same details of the complaints here. Next is the registration. This is the registration for AMC registration. So your technician can recommend to the customer for the product registration for the AMC. So here are the filters. On basis of these details, you can search all those data. Next is the inventory. So the major section is a my inventory. So that would be a technician own inventory. So if technician is having a good quantity of part and defective quantity of part, so all those information would be displayed here. And also we have added one more feature that technician also can view the service center inventory as well. Next is your training session. So you can say training schedule. So whenever the company or the organization would schedule any training for the technician. So this schedule would be displayed to the mobile app with the name, I mean subject you can define, venue you can define, start time and date time you can define here. So accordingly, a technician can join the training. Next is the knowledge bank. So this is the knowledge bank basically for the help of technician. If you need any help in terms of user manuals access, so you can search all those details from there. Title is available, document type. So once the search would be completed, a complete list of manuals would be displayed here. So it will take some time here. So here is the list. So this is complete user manual that would be accessed by your technician. So here on the right side, there are icon that you can download directly from there and can view for any of help you required in the field. So this is the most key factors here. Next is the report section is available. In terms of technician, he can see the closure call, pending calls, open calls. So with respect to the technician, we have available reports here. Next major section is a collection here. So collection we can click on and then go to the collection screen. So again, we can see two filters here on basis of customer code and registered mobile number. We can go for the collection in the field. We have a cache facility to capture check details we can capture in the mobile itself, and we can go for the payment for the e-wallet itself. So that's functionality we have. And the last one is the expenses. So this is the most key factor for the technician purposes. On daily basis, he can claim his expenses in the same screen. So he can choose date, specify these two options, either it is local or outstation, enter the distance here, and traveling mode he can define like bike, cab or car, anything. So I can choose any mode here, and the amount would be auto calculated here on basis of provided distance. Apart from the expenses, technician can also claim other charges. So again, I can see the two options here. Expenses type, I can select any of expense like courier, parking, anything, and I can specify the amount. And of course, on basis of proof, I can upload here and then submit all those details. So this was a complete process. I hope we have tried to cover all the key pointers through the presentation and walkthrough. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Yogita, for the detailed demo today. So we are open for questions now. I would just remind everyone to type in their questions on the question panel here onto your panel. Okay, so we have the first question from Ms. Anu here. She wanted to understand on the war room. She's asking, engineer can take help from which concern? For which concern? Okay. Yeah, so Anu, just war room is a facility where technician can raise any query for the expert advice while he's on a call. So he can click pictures or videos of the problem of the machine maybe. And once this is uploaded on the war room, this goes to somebody sitting at the HO or the expert login. It will reflect on the expert login. So if he gives the rectification, if he gives any resolution on that, it is notified on the mobile app of that particular technician, and this resolution and the problem video and this image is tagged to that particular call only. So this is more of a platform where technician asks for expert advice from the HO. Yeah, and then we have a question from LN Care. Okay, so we have a question which says, what is the size limit for clicking pictures or the uploading pictures here on the platform, be it invoice or any other document? So I would say that the system has a facility to compress all the pictures. You continue to click a picture of whatever document you want to upload, and the system will automatically compress it, and that picture will be attached to the call. So you need not worry on the size limit of any specific picture. Then we have a question from Mr. Kamal Singh. He would like to know on the technological stack. So I would request Yogita if you can answer that. I think Yogita, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I was
So
on
yeah, Mr.
mute.
Kamal Singh would like to know on the technological stack of our platform of the Savitium CRM. So we can answer
Sure,
that.
sure. Sure. I can brief about that. So, platform I can use, we are using on the front end, this is Android. And the back end, if you're talking about database, so this is the SQLite.
Okay, right. And then we have Ms. Pallavi Tripathi. She would like to know on the deployment model, whether it is available on on-prem or cloud. So yes, we have both the deployment model available. So be it on-prem solution or SaaS-based implementation, we are good to go with both the models. Okay, and then again we have a question from Mr. Vinod Arya. Yogita, he would like to know how safe is SaaS in terms of data security.
Sure. Being a SaaS provider, we are following certain policies for the data security. Of course, this is the big fear for every people because we are not managing internally. So I think this could be a big misconception here. For being a SaaS provider, we are following some practices here. So as per the first practice is ISO 27001. So this is the certification that confirms the wide range of information of the data security. And second one, I can say this is the end-to-end encryption cycle we are following. So we are ensuring that data must be encrypted end-to-end. So this could be a sensitive information like user credentials. And the most important is that all the interaction with servers must be happen over SSL transmission. So which is a basically a standard security technology. So I think this misconception can be removed by, I think, this practices.
Okay, thank you. And then we have Mr. Sambit Mahapatra. He want to understand. So yeah, you can share the training module video and PPT with us. Sure, as I said, we'll be sharing the link of the session once we are done with this presentation. And then we have a question saying, do you also do customization of the system because the system may not be a direct fit to our system? Yes, definitely. We have a readily available module and the platform, but then we are open for any sort of tweaking and any sort of solution that required, which is specific to an organization. So we are open to do that. Yes. Okay. And then I can see here one question coming from Mr. Prakash Gupta on the DB part. So, Mr. Gupta, we can assure you that we can get back to you on this, being very technical and looking into the entire audience. I think we can take up your question on a private environment. So I'll definitely speak to you on this, and we'll rectify your concern. Yogita, we again have a question from Mr. Pankaj Rastogi. To understand on the mobile applications. He want to know whether we have only Android or iOS platform.
So the Rahul and hello, Mr. Pankaj. So this is the application basically on Android platform, but we have another customer and dealer application that also works on Android and iOS both. But the application this is we are talking about, it is only running on Android.
Okay, thanks. And then Anu Verma would like to know, due to offline access, will engineer able to log in and update the call details? Yes, as I said, this application works on offline and online mode both. So once you download the data of the calls in the morning, even if you go offline, then also you'll be able to perform all the operations, be it call closure or any sort of drop downs or any sort of part request. You can do it from the system even if you're not connected. And once the call is closed or marked pending, all these logs are restored and will be created on the mobile itself. Once you have an internet connectivity back, it will synchronize to the server. So your entire application, entire functionality will work even if you are offline. I would like to know if there is a reinstallation of machine, how it is mapped. Yes, so in terms of any service operations, any sort of requirement, be it breakdown or PM calls or reinstallation or installations, we can sit down to do the solution, and all these functions can be made available. And then we have a question here. Is it available only in English? Do you have any other language like Chinese, Korean? No, currently we do not have Chinese and Korean language, although this can be multilingual in terms of English and Hindi only. But maybe in the coming future, if we have the sufficient volume, we might think add and do other language as well. Yeah. So, if you have any other question, please do let us know, or else we can wind up now. So then we have new feature. Right. So I think that ends the session now. We can wind up now here. If you have any other question, any queries, please always you can drop into your questions here. You can have my email ID. This is rahul.mishra1 at pathinfotech.com. It's rahul.mishra1 at the rate pathinfotech.com. And as I said in the beginning, we'll share the recording of this webinar with all of you very soon. Once again, thank you very much to all of you for joining us today. We'll see you next time with some more value addition, new values, new product features. Till then, thank you very much.